Today we are interviewing local author Stephen Brayton. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm just going to jump in and ask you a couple questions.
Thanks.
Can you tell us a little bit about you and your book?
Well, I'm a sixth degree black belt with about 30 years of Taekwondo experience. I'm a certified instructor. I've gone to a lot of tournaments, and it was the martial arts experience and getting involved with martial arts that reinvigorated my writing back in the early 90s. I had written a lot as a youth, as a teenager, as a child, some little short stories here and there, but kind of fell out of it until college, when we had to keep a journal in one of my classes, and that kind of helped the writing a little bit. And said journal is still going on because my first publisher required a blog. So been keeping a blog since about 2009. And but it was in about the middle 90s when the writing bug hit me again, and I thought, gosh, I want to write about somebody in Taekwondo, and I've always loved mysteries. And so I thought a private investigator who's also a martial artist. And so I had a character in mind way back then who was a police officer, police investigator in the Quad Cities where I used to live. But, and I was going to use him, but I thought, no, I've been to a lot of tournaments, been to a lot of classes, been to a lot of meetings, and I am seeing so many beautiful, talented women in this sport. And I thought, no, my character has to be a female. So I just changed it around. I created the whole new character. And basically, I tell everybody, Mallory Peterson is me, except she's a lot better looking. She's a way better Taekwondo instructor, and she's a lot more skilled than I am. But other than that, she has a lot of my dislikes and likes and things like that on that. I'm also an assistant graphic designer for Gannett, the USA Today Network, and been working there about 5 years.
Wonderful. So did you use the library in any part of writing this book?
Well, I've gone to the library a lot for research purposes and finding books similar to mine. Reading mysteries, of course. I've gone to the library to check out books a lot. We hold one of our, I'm also part of Sisters in Crime, the Iowa branch of Sisters in Crime, and we meet every month, about the third Saturday of every month. Right now, of course, we're doing it online, but at one point last year, we ran into a problem with our normal location where they had double booked people. And so we were forced to move real quick. And so we went to the Ankeny Library. And what was kind of interesting about that was about the last meeting they were going to have, because they were going to open up a brand new building in about another week or two. So I don't know where the new library is. I have to go find it now. And I thought, I was really impressed by the Ankeny Library. I've been there before. There are a couple of writers groups here in Des Moines, and one of them meets at the Ankeny Library every Saturday or so. And I've been a presenter at one of their meetings for I think it was the first book, Alpha. And can you see that correctly? Because it looks backwards to me.
Yep, we see correctly.
Okay. That was the first book, and one of my writer friends had suggested me to be a presenter at their meetings. So, but I was very impressed with the Ankeny Library. It was very well lit, very spacious. So I'm not sure how they're going to top it.
Wonderful. Libraries are so helpful, and they are beautiful buildings.
Yeah, we've had several, I've had several meetings at that library for various things. I think we had Oh, I know what it was. We had the Sisters in Crime had Allison Brennan, I believe is her name, as an author, a nationally known author, come through and do a speech for us. And so we helped host that at the library. So we had all kinds of refreshments and invited the of course, the Ankeny Writers Group in to help us out. So.
Wonderful. So where can our patrons get your book?
Right now, you can buy them from me. If you see me out on the street, you can buy them from me. I usually have a box in the trunk of my car, but most of the places, the most popular place is Amazon. Just look under it. Now, it might be a little difficult to find, but if you put the name of the book and then my last name, Brayton, you'll come up with it. So you've got Alpha. That's the first book in the series, and it's about Mallory Peterson, and she's a 4th-degree black belt and martial artist here, and a private investigator here in Des Moines. And so I use a lot of real places, real locales in the books. And one of my friends who read it, she bought a copy for her mother, and her mother kept sending her out to say, go give me a picture of this place. I want to know what this place looks like. Because she recognized the address or the building or the location. He says, I want a picture of this place. So, and then the second book is Beta. That's the second in the series. And the theme that I've kept on is with using the Greek alphabet. When I started writing these things, I wanted a hook. You've got a lot of authors out there that use genres or puns for their titles, cooking titles, cooking mysteries, or animal mysteries, or cat who mysteries. So I thought I wanted to take off, so I started with the Greek alphabet. Now, I did not go in order because the next book would be Gamma, but it is actually Delta, which has just been recently released, and I just got my print copies today. That's the third in the series. Now, I showed you the covers of Alpha and Beta. If you go to the internet and go to Amazon, those covers have been changed to be similar to Delta. My publisher and I got to thinking about covers, and so we decided to change them, be a little more colorful, a little more attractive than some of the darker greens and blacks on the other ones. So that's what they're going to look like, just a similar style with a different title on it. The other books you will find is, which I don't have a copy of because it is, it's a charity book, so the profits go to charity, is The Light Won't Go Out. I have a short story with Mallory Peterson in there. And the other one is Death of the Demon Machine, which is another charity book, anthology. That one was kind of interesting. We, at a book fair in Cedar Rapids a few years ago, we were all in center court. However, a lot of the tables were about 15 to 20 feet from this Coke machine, and about 10 o'clock, they turned it on. And for hours, we were tortured by this nonsensical, high-pitched tune that we just wanted to go to maintenance, go, can you just unplug it we're getting tired of this. So the facilitators of the fair said, hey, let's put together an anthology. So it's about soda machines, and it was short stories about soda machines. So I wrote a short story about my main character, Mallory Peterson, in college being infuriated and frustrated by a new soda machine in her dorm. So that's the other one. The other one you could actually buy, and I have copies of, is an anthology from about 5 years ago called the Iowa Original Writers Anthology. And it has, the idea behind that one was, this is an anthology of several authors in several different genres. So you have horror, you have mystery, you have romance, you have drama, you have science fiction. And each of the authors in the book also has a full-length novel. So if you run across a story you like, you can go research that author, and that person also has a full-length novel out there. So
Wonderful. You have a lot for us to look into and start reading.
yes, the next book, Gamma, will be out hopefully by the end of the year, but I'm not sure. I haven't been given a date yet, but that's the next in the series, and then I'm continuing on with the series. Oh, I also have another book coming out next May. It's called Night Shadows, and it is a supernatural kind of a takeoff on the X-Files type of a book. So that it was previously published as an ebook only, but I found a good publisher who is going to put it in print too. So
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for taking time to join us and share all your works with us. We
thank
appreciate
you.
it.